So we would be having Rajan in around 2 minutes more, 2 to 3 minutes. And in the meanwhile, I'll just introduce this. So we are back with Friday Night Live because a lot of my friends told me that it was quite kind of cool, and I wasn't able to kind of do it for the last few weeks because for some reason I had to come to Pune, and I was not able to get enough mind space to actually do this. But now I think we should restart this because the kind of response that we got for the first few episodes was quite amazing, and I wasn't expecting that I can do this. So I feel a little bit more confident, and we are back today. And we thought that if you want to do, if you want to get back into action, I think the best person to start with would of course be Rajan, right? Because Rajan is somebody who's been there, who knows, who's been a part of Metvi's journey from the very beginning. So it will be great if we, kind of have a conversation with him. And this was Chavi's idea. So Chavi is, our beloved head of personal branding. She's a very, very hardworking team member. I think she's here watching the live today. So just a special mention to the personal branding team. You guys have been fabulous. Also, I have my TEDx tomorrow. Big achievement for me. I didn't expect this. That's gonna happen at this age. So I'm quite grateful for this to actually happen. So today we are going to talk a lot about my and Rajan's chemistry. It's not what it kind of sounds like, but we spent a lot of days together. We've gone through a lot of shit together. We've gone through a lot of great times together. He happens to be my go-to person, and I happen to be his go-to person for any kind of bad trips that we go through on a regular basis. So starting off, just to give you guys a little bit of an idea about how we kind of met. It kind of happened when we were both back in Kirodimal College, and he was somebody that I used to really get along well with, and we used to be together and bitch about societies together. So it was quite cool. And one day when of course I was also always into entrepreneurship, and I decided that this is an idea that I wanted to work on. So Rajan was one of the most popular kids within Delhi University. Who is that guy who everyone happens to know somehow. And I was like, hey, if I really want somebody to take care of marketing, I think Rajan would be the best person for that. So he was sitting in Ashoka Law, and I went to him and I was like, hey man, I'm starting a company, would you want to be a part of it? And it literally just happened because he's somebody who really likes trying out new stuff. So he was like, cool, let's just see where this goes. And I think that's where our journey to build Metvi together kind of started. So it was quite cool the way that it happened. And we are here today, of course, and we are going to talk about a lot of interesting stuff. Hello, hi Vedant, how are you? Okay, so we've got a lot of... So Rajan is here, guys. I'm just adding him. Okay, I think there might be some problem. Rajan, join in, man. There are so many people who are waiting for you. Rajan Luthra is unable to join for some reason. See, that's the problem. Don't live in Faridabad. I think that's one thing that I've kind of learned from Rajan. One of the biggest lessons that I've learned is that don't buy your house in Faridabad. I mean, the net is so bad for some reason there. And okay. So talk about Faridabad, and Rajan is here.
Right.
Hi Rajan, how are you doing? Welcome to Friday Night Live. I think this is your first time on Friday Night Live. How does it feel?
No, this is my first Insta live.
Oh, really? Wow. I was not aware about that. I thought that you've done the Insta lives before for some reason. How have you not done Insta lives?
So I generally show up on Insta lives because I feel like, but okay, since it was you, so I
Okay, so
decided.
you couldn't say, of course. See,
Yeah.
that's the kind of love that Rajan has for me. So today, on our live, Rajan is going to talk about how I am the most ideal co-founder that he could have ever got. Let's get started, Rajan.
Yeah. I mean, it's not just ideal co-founder, but more than a co-founder, a human being or a friend also. I mean, he's a very ideal friend
Brother,
also,
brother.
brother also. So there are many adjectives that you can add, but again, I mean, he's a very nice human being. I mean, the more you know about him, he has a different, sides. One
So,
side is emotional,
so
one side is very, you can say, hard, and sometimes the side is very aggressive. So, I mean,
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that. Thank you so much, Sajid. So today I think a lot of people asked me before you joined, what is your sixth sense, and how does it kind of work? How is it something that you kind of developed? So just to give everyone a little bit of glimpse of how strong his sixth sense is, I'm going to talk about the most, I would say, not the most interesting scenario here. I think so. I and Rajan have, of course, gone and participated in a lot of B plans together. And Rajan has a very good success rate with B plans in general. I think he was the most successful guy when it came to B plans in college. So we have gone for so many B plans, and I remember two B plans very distinctly. Okay, so one of this was the E Summit at DTU. And we remember that there was a Pratik Kuhad concert at Gargi College on that day, and we left it. We did not want to. We did not prepare for it, and we literally went from Gurgaon to Samaypur Badni to participate in this event. And I'm the one who usually pitches, and Rajan is the one who usually conducts exercise or talks about growth and acquisition. And I botched up. I completely fucked it up. And I just, went down from stage and I was like, shit, man, I should have actually attended that Pratik Kuhad concert instead of this. And, Rajan was there. So he was like, it's okay. I was like, why? And he told me we are going to win. I was like, dude, that was like the worst pitch that I've ever done. How are we going to win with this? And we ended up winning that B plan competition. I think we were the first runners up. Okay. Now there was another B plan which we went for. This was IIM Udaipur, and it was a B plan that both of us really prepped for. And I gave the most outstanding pitch of my life. I think it's still the best pitch that I've ever given. I was so proud of myself, and the judges and all appreciated, loved it. Okay, so it was also like a national level B plan competition. So I came back to Rajan. I was like, "Dude, Bolde, we won this," and he was like, "Yeah, it was brilliant, but we are not going to win this." And somehow we did not win that one, right? Now the interesting part is that Rajan has not been able to only predict some of the professional outcomes, but he has been really good at predicting very accurately what's going to next happen in my personal life or the personal life of a lot of people around him, right? He already knows what's going to happen, and he's going to come and tell you about that, and then it really happens. Now, the problem here and the spooky part is that he's able to make these predictions 10 months, 1 year, 1.5 years in advance. That is why it becomes super scary, right? So, Rajan, how did you develop this sixth sense, and what is your story and experience behind this?
so there is no logic behind it. Okay, whenever people are talking about anything, I mean, I was discussing one thing with my friend, and she told me that she's very skeptical whether she would be able to crack the ISP, and I told her 6 months back that कि हो जाएगा, पता नहीं, I'm getting the vibe, I'm getting the feeling कि हो जाएगा, and she was like कि, I don't know, I mean, the applicant is very skeptical, and uh, a thing like ISB is something which has very limited seats, right? And people across the nation, or you can say even people outside India apply for that thing, right? But I was like कि नहीं, मुझे feeling आ रही है हो जाएगी. And when the result got declared, so he texted me that yeah, I qualified for ISB, and I was like yeah, one more prediction gone right. So there's no logic behind it. What I feel like sometimes there are intuitions, there are vibe which play a huge role. Sometimes you ignore that intuition. Sometimes you observe them and you just stay on that. I mean, you don't. Uh, I really don't know how to explain that, but it's just like whenever we go to a B plan competition, and irrespective how we have pitched, I just observe people around us, their reactions, and I don't know, ekdam se, like, if I get a positive vibe, I tell him that okay, we'll get to crack it. Okay, and then if even in case the pitch was it was one of the worst pitch, we are able to make through it. But I mean, we went Udaipur, especially for a B plan competition. We uh, went so far, and then And our pitch was so good that one of the judge actually offered us the acquisition offer, right? That he was like, कि, "अभी कितने में you will be selling your company?" I had checkbook with me, and then also I told him that okay, we are not going to win. I mean, irrespective of a pitch, irrespective of this acquisition offer on the spot, we are not going to be even the second runner-up, and that happened. I mean, we got special recognition, but and it's not like I did not wanted us to win, but obviously I wanted us to be first. But sometimes it's more than logic. Sometimes it's the vibes, energy that you feel or intuitions, which I think which everyone should be a little observant and try to observe around them. Intuitions never lie. And sometimes they betray, but they most of the time they doesn't lie.
So I think another interesting story is that this is I think back in 2018 when I think we had just started and we were looking to raise funds. So we went for a lot of investor meetings and obviously considering the fact that we were still first time entrepreneurs pitching for the first time, we really botched a lot of meetings up and we had got to a point where we knew that there are only the last 2 3 investor meetings left. Okay. Now there was this one workshop that we went for that both me and Rajan took together, and this guy, this teacher who was actually a professor there, told us that he's going to introduce us to an investor. Okay, and I was somewhere not willing. I was like, hey, what is the range that they invest in? And I was like, just let's not go for it. And for some reason, Rajan was like, no, 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 let's check it out. Let's fill the form. Let's see what happens. So rather, and they actually ended up, being those final investors. And I remember that before that investor meeting, I told you that Rajan, you have to make this work. I don't know how. You have to somehow help us raise funds, right? So how was that? How were you able to predict that? Because that
So
is definitely not dependent on observations.
so I don't know. Again, that was depend on not observations but intuitions maybe because what those investors were offering was almost less than half of the ticket size which we were actually expecting. So if suppose we are asking 100 rupees, there was someone who were offering less than 50. So they were, I mean, we were not feeling like whether to apply or not to apply because ask is too less. But again, what I felt that okay, Saurabh, we should apply because it seems good. And he asked me what is the logic behind it, and I said I don't know, but it seems good. So then we applied, and he was like, if we get funded, then also it's on you, and if again we did not get funded, then I'll blame. Again, the blame will come on you. And I was like, why? And he was like, पता नहीं, मुझे नहीं पता. तो उसके बाद I think we were able to manage that meeting, and the meeting went more than 2.5 hours. And and believe me, now we don't regret applying there, and they are one of the most finest
Absolutely.
people that we have got, and the way they are mentoring us, it's outstanding. I mean, it's the incubation center, but the way they are managing things, uh, I mean, they have contributed a lot when it comes to McVee's growth.
So Rajan, what is your most exciting memory, in the last 2.5 years of ups and downs? What is that one memory that you always think about and, that kind of motivates you or rather inspires you or keeps you going during the hard times?
Okay, so the day we did our beta launch in 2018, there was a time when McVee first came into existence, and we did our first beta in 2018, and many people might not be knowing about it. And we did our marketing in Delhi University. And then I had made all my marketing channels and I joined all the WhatsApp groups. And I was way too excited because of my life was launched, like first product launch, first startup, first beta, and first launch. Okay, so you can understand the kind of excitement. Even product was not that good. It was, I mean, it was. We both know that it was shitty, right?
Right.
So
Way
it
shittier
was
than
a
the old.
it was the way it was way shittier than the existing one. Existing product also has a lot of scope of improvement. That is what we both believe. But again, that was something which again, very less features, not attractive colors, built with very less cost, very less capital. And then because we had a great word of mouth, we collaborated with various organizations. The day we launched, we got more than 1,000 downloads at day one, and our servers got crashed. So I got the remembrance of that one movie, Social Network, in which they launched Hot or Not, and in their servers got crashed. I don't know which college it was, but then I mean it's fun. I mean you make something and you get so much traction that your computers are not able to take that load. So then I understood that okay, there's a thing in the world which is called a good problem to solve. So first time I came to realize that such kind of a term also existed. Some problems can be good to solve, like having so much users on your platform that servers get crashed, right? Because that are the signs of product market fit or traction or growth. So yeah, I mean that is something which I will remember and I'll laugh whenever in future I will got a remembrance of the incident.
So in the last 2.5 years, apart from being super scared of Musty, what is the other thing that has rarely scared you in terms of your, like, whether it's on the personal side or professional side? What is that one thing that was really difficult to overcome? Apart from Musty, of course. So so as a reference to the rest of the people, Rajan used to be very scared of Musty because Musty used to pounce on him at night, and Rajan used to get super scared, and you
Right.
couldn't handle it. But apart from Musty, what was that one thing that you feel you look back and you were like, okay, that was a very difficult challenge to fight and to come out of?
I think the thing I was scared of, or maybe was difficult to come out of, this was nothing external, but what I feel that sometimes you get into so much mental pressure that you know that you have opted for a thing which is one of the high, which involves the highest risk, and it has a highest return, but obviously there's a high risk. And when you know that okay, you have put all your eggs in one basket, and I mean, things were not going fine at that point of time. There was a point of time where things were not going fine. We were not able to get investors. Product was not performing up to the mark. And I mean, all those things got, and I was having my, some health issues. So all those things accumulated, and it was a lot of mental pressure, which at that point of time it became difficult to deal with, though, such amount of stress and to be positive in that atmosphere also. But then somehow we were able to manage through that. We were able to sail through that. And then I realized that no amount of pressure should be, big enough to at least to make your mental health unstable. So I mean, and then now I feel that I got improved when it comes to handling pressure, handling stress, handling situations. So now I don't, even if things are not going right, I don't take stress. I'm like sure is like कि कैसे होगा I'm like हो जाएगा मैं कर लूंगा कोई बात नहीं. I'll manage it. Even if I have no plan, I tell him that okay, it's manageable. I'll manage it. So because I know that ultimately by taking stress, nothing is going to be, autocorrect. So you need to be in a calm state if you need to think clearly. So one thing I learned at that point of time.
So, Rajan, one other question that I had, and this is again a genuine question, and that is that a lot of people, I mean, whenever you come across them for the first time, they have this image that they doubt you initially, right? And this is something that was there during the college days, that a lot of people doubted you for your abilities, but that was something that never deterred you from kind of, breaking the mold. And you've always been that person who kind of, whenever you got the opportunity, you were able to shut everyone's mouth, right? So, I mean, from a professional perspective, from a personality perspective, you have always come across as somebody who who stays behind the curtain, but then when you show yourself, then obviously things change and the way that people look at you change. So, I mean, what is that something that you like? You want to stay behind the curtains and not kind of be in the front and then probably work from the back end, or like to surprise people and play hide and seek and do dhappa then? How does this kind of work with you?
It's not about staying behind the curtain, but what I feel personally that, I mean, there's a lot of, a long way to go and a lot of things to achieve. तो अभी आई एम लाइक कि अभी कुछ करा ही नहीं है तो फिर क्या behind the curtain and क्या in front of the curtain. So it's like कि uh, let's work right now and then okay, let people notice themselves and let you don't blow horns, let people blow horns for you. So try to reach that level where people are blowing horns for you and you're not doing anything. And again, you are just like, okay, let's talk.
So where do you see between this coming year in 2021 in specific? What is your dream? What is your vision about our company, our baby?
So I think this is something which is supposed to be a surprise, I guess, because if I'll say things that where I see might be because of this, I think uh, I'll spoil that surprise element which we are coming up with, right? So we are coming up with a different kind of a product, not different kind of a product, but with different kind of a theme, attractive theme. We are working on UI here excessively, and we're trying to, we're trying to change the shape of the product, but keeping the essence same. I mean, the functionality would be same, but in coming months, you would be seeing a lot of changes on the outer part, on the UI UX part, on the visibility part. Again, keeping the usability same, right? Making it more workable. And right now, the product which we have right now, I am always like, कि, okay, अभी करना है, ये भी problem है, ये भी problem है, but you cannot solve all problems in one day, right? So you need to be patient and you need to understand that, okay, you will be going with the speed. I mean, in with respect, I mean, the resources that you have, you would be going on accordingly, right? So there's no point of hurrying so much. But again, it's good to be sit at one place and just make little changes on daily basis. And over a period of time, you turn your product in such a way that it becomes the only thing that people are talking about.
Right. So I think that was a very hidden answer. I think only those people would be able to understand who are right now associated with it between. So Rajan, a lot of people feel again, this is a question that I'm asking from a from a generic perspective, not a personal perspective. A lot of people feel that managing professional life along with your personal life, specifically the love life, becomes difficult, right? So what are your thoughts as a person, right, on this particular subject? What would be your advice to the people who are just starting up with entrepreneurship? Should they get into relationship? Should they right now just focus on what is supposed to be done?
Tell me the names of those lot of people. अपने
If
क्वेश्चंस दूसरों पे डाल के पूछे. But on a lighter note, what I feel that if your relationship or your love life is affecting your work and it's not able to, I mean, they are becoming a distracting element and they are not letting you focus on your work, then again maybe you're not in a right relationship. It's very simple. Because if you are in a right relationship, the other person understands you, so maybe that person will more pump you and will not say you that okay, leave your work. I want attention. So then again, if this happening with you, you're not able to divide your time. So simply, I would suggest you to think about it again. Give us a thought.
so, you think that all entrepreneurs should consider relationship, but only get into them if they feel that the other person with them would be understanding enough to support their cause and be with them throughout the journey.
No, it's not about entrepreneurs, but anyone in any profession. So for example, someone is into cricket. He practice 10, 11, 12 hours playing cricket. So if that the other person is demanding time. So, okay, if you so now you decide that whether you want to give your half of the time to the other person or you want to focus on one thing in which you want to excel and make something. So it depends. It's not about only entrepreneurship. Why people only say entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship को लोगों ने मतलब ऐसे ही बदनाम कर रखा है. ऐसा नहीं है ये. This thing is applicable in every profession. Entrepreneurship is way too time demanding. So we feel that okay, in the life of entrepreneur, it's very difficult to manage professional and personal. In every profession, it's difficult, but yeah, where on the more time demanding the stream is, the more problem you face. When it comes to managing personal. So
Right.
I'll just suggest them that don't. I mean, इस वजह से focus. If it's acting like a distraction, give us a second.
So Rajan, what is that? What is your Who is your favorite entrepreneur or the person that you look up to? And what's your favorite quote in your life?
The favorite entrepreneur, there are many. I look forward to people like Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Sean Parker, Steve Jobs,
Sean Parker meaning.
Larry, Larry Page. Okay, and why they inspire me so much because the value that they have created, the dent that they have made is something which you cannot replace. I mean, if you talk about Google, it's a company which started how many years back? Around 25, 30 years back. But see the
Lesser than that,
impact.
20.
Lesser than that, 20, right? But now when we had a Google crash, right? At uh, someday in Feb or Jan.
Yeah, when our product also got affected because of.
Yeah, I mean, half of the world was ranting about it. What happened? So even if a company which is not less than 30 years old can make such an impact, then I mean, you cannot imagine what vision the founders had in their mind or still have in their mind. And still, Google or Apple, they work like a startup. They say that we innovate like a startup. In our, maybe we don't know about it, but in their company also, they're working on multiple projects and they take it in a startup way only. So they never consider that they're too big to not to try anything new. And like Elon Musk, I mean, if you have to do something, it means you have to do. So there's nothing like, I mean, these people have a very healthy disregard to impossible. And that is a quote by Larry Page that have a healthy disregard for the impossible. Okay, things seems to be impossible, but I think when you break them down and try to understand from the basics using first principle concept, that you actually break things down into their fundamental truths and then start building on that. So you will understand the logic behind everything, and you would be able to pull any kind of a project. In a person making PayPal and then getting into automobile and then getting into space technology and then getting into Hyperloop and then now Neuralink and then satellites. So that is something which interests me the most. I'm like, how we can become like them.
So apart from me right now in Metvi, who's your favorite team member?
I see. I'll not take any name. There are many. Okay. It would not be right to take a single person's name because what I believe that everyone is putting their
That's
efforts and
true.
energy and time. So all are my favorite. Yeah, sometimes there are people who don't respond properly or maybe don't treat you well, but it, in long run it doesn't matter. I mean, I appreciate if anyone is contributing even a bit in companies growth. And at the same time, if someone is contributing enormously, then also I appreciate that person. But it's not right to take any single name when you know that you have so many people.
So I
So
think
I'll take my name.
Mansha
I'll take my name
has.
from growth
Amazing.
department. Again, my name. I'm from growth.
Ashmita feels that your answers are diplomatic. What would you say to that?
I'll say, uh, I mean, it's not just that my answers are diplomatic, but I as a person is the. I feel that I put myself into that category, the diplomatic one. I mean, I don't do that intentionally, but I end up becoming the more diplomatic person. I don't know
That is true, actually. I think you're one of the most diplomatic people I've ever seen. And that's the reason why you have been able to kind of manage relationships really well, actually, in general. Professional
it's not
relationships,
about
especially.
being diplomatic. It's about just you need to be careful when it's about other people's feeling, other people's emotion. So the more you respect other person's feeling, the more diplomatic you become. Because if you have to respect everyone's feelings and you have to make sure that no one gets hurt, so we have given this a word diplomatic. But it's not diplomatic. It's about being more careful with your words, with your tone. Asmita is cute. She can say whatever she wants to say. She's not into that. Yeah, she can say whatever she wants
So
to say.
if so,
Okay.
if anyone has any questions, Asmita, if you have, if anyone else right now who is watching this has any questions for Rajan, I think this is the right time to put it up. Just be quick so that we don't have to wait too much for your questions to come in. Any questions for Rajan? I mean, he will answer. That's for sure. You can ask anything. So everyone is scared to ask questions or what? Asmita, I thought that you were going to come up with a lot of questions. Mansha, Anhad, guys. Okay, so
Yeah, you
as
can
of
ask.
now, okay, now Rajan has also said, "Hi Rajan, what's up?" That's the first question. Does Rajan believe in God? Rajan believes in Aham Brahmasmi.
See, I think these are they are some of the very deep questions. I mean, do you believe in God? Yeah, I do believe. I believe that there is a law of nature that if you will not do right things, you will not get right uh, things from others. I mean, it's about I believe in that karma. What you not able to describe, but yeah, it's not about. I mean, it's not binary that you believe in God or you don't believe in God. I mean, there's somewhere between believe. I mean, it's not zero or it's not one. It's about believing in some things like do good to others, respect other feelings, or maybe. And on the other hand, there are many things. There are many things which I don't believe. I just call them that okay, makes no sense for me if it don't have a logic. Yeah, but I believe that there's some energy which is regulating everything. So
Okay, so we have got more questions. What do you think about NFT? Hi, Sonali.
NFT, acha, non-fungible tokens. Mm, I believe that we should use it as a medium of doing transactions and not to make it an investment bubble. This is what I feel, and people are very confused about this NFT and everything. And it's just a way to transact, which gives you more transparency, which cannot be centralized. Okay, so it cannot be misused. But again, it's something which is going to change the way people do everything. I mean, how the way the technology is changing, believe me, in 5 or 10 years down the line, how this blockchain thing is actually working, it will change everything. But again, if government doesn't want that thing to work out, so the impact would be partial. Two things would be changed, but things which are supposed to get changed because of they need more transparency, there are chances that they remain same. Okay, so it completely depends upon the. I think it should not become like an investment bubble. I mean, I don't invest in a 10 rupee note. Have you seen someone investing in a 10 rupee note, making 10 rupee note at 20 rupee, 100 rupee? It's like you use as a medium of transaction. That if you provided me value of 10 rupees, I give you 10 rupees. What if I buy just 10 rupee notes and I make it an investment and the value gets increases? I don't know. I still don't completely know about it, but what I feel that we should not make these tokens or currencies or digital currencies as a investment thing, but it should be more used as a medium to transact so that there's more transparency.
So just a small disclaimer, guys. If you liked what he said, please register for Metvi Business Program, Metvi Loan. You can you can find the link on my bio because Rajan takes sessions on finance. So if you like this, please go there. Okay. So Anand has another question for you. What movie describes your life?
What movie describes my life? I watch very less movies, so again a very difficult question. Hmm, not movie, but a web series called TVS Pictures,
True, true, true.
which
So
you can say that describes my life.
which character do you think that you are in TVF Pictures?
G2, I guess,
Jitu.
because I'm always calm, but when I get mad, so it's like very difficult to handle.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. That's true.
This is These are some of the things which very less people know that uh, when I get actually mad at people, so then it becomes very difficult to cool me down. Otherwise, I'm like the most calm person in the room. I'm someone who will always stay calm.
Are you still scared of Masti Rajan?
No.
So you don't mind sleeping in my room with Masti being there on the loose. You are okay with that, right?
See, I'm not a cat person. Okay. So if it doesn't mean I mean, it doesn't mean that I'm scared of cats. Okay,
They're
I'm
okay.
just
You can
not.
coexist. You can coexist.
Yeah, we can coexist, but there's not that, staying in same room. It's not necessary. I mean, we can stay at some gap. So uh, I don't know why Mushti is so popular and people are asking questions.
Oh man, what are you saying? Masti is the best. How many hours a
No,
day does Rajan work?
who asked this question? Did they even
Curiosity.
ask?
How many hours a day does Rajan work?
16 and a half,
Okay.
17.
That
I mean, when my phone is off, I mean, when there's no battery in my phone or I'm sleeping. Maybe there are two slots you can say when I'm not working. Otherwise, even if I'm not interacting with anyone on the call, I am thinking about something just in terms of product or strategy.
if not Metvi, what do you think you would be doing? Actually, we are doing that. Metvi Learn was an idea that I and Rajan had when we had just started with Metvi, right? You remember, Rajan? Because and the
Hmm.
reason behind this is that this was so I had a idea about creating a virtual playground around entrepreneurship, and Rajan has been a teacher. So he has before doing Metvi, he used to take free classes for high school students. So we kind of thought that, hey, what if we combine these two? What if we can actually teach entrepreneurship in a creative way? So I think that's something that we had planned of doing, and I think we even created a WhatsApp group called Metvi Learn back in 2018, and it did not happen at that point of time. We kind of started it in 2020. So I think that was something that we wanted to do and we are doing right now.
Yeah, maybe if not Petri, I would have tried to become a professor. I mean, very less people actually want to go into teaching profession, but I don't know. I have that. I feel that I'm able to make you things understand. Or I just like talking to people and enlightening them in terms of knowledge. Even though I am not that knowledgeable, but yeah, when there's someone that whom you can teach, and I mean, I love this profession. Why? Because I believe that it's more about sharing knowledge, and when you share knowledge, your knowledge get increases, right?
Hmm. Right. Fair enough. What does Rajan consider his best skill or quality? Sixth sense. Gut
No,
feeling, predictions.
I think to stay calm in every situation. This I believe that is something which I don't want to lose this quality because otherwise it will give a lot of uh mental trouble I can say to me. So Sonali Singh ji.
I think this was a response to your previous answer. राजन आप एनिमे देखना स्टार्ट कर दो सबको बीट कर दोगे आप तेज चिराग
श्योर अभी अभी तो नहीं हो सकता है 2 साल बाद
आई
अभी
स्टिल
मैं कुछ
रिमेम्बर
शुरू
यू
इसलिए नहीं करता कि अगर शुरू कर दिया तो खत्म कैसे करूंगा
I still remember you came to Ramjas with those pamphlets to pitch Metri. I think this must be, I think, from 2018.
Yeah, I went to every college, not even not Ramdas. So I covered all the colleges in Delhi University.
Wow. राजन के लाइफ लेसन्स अलग है
तो जिस वजह से मैंने दिए थे वो रीजन भी बहुत अलग है
So guys, if you have any other questions, then Rajan will take them. Otherwise, we can conclude the live session. पूछना है पूछ लो और and if anybody wants Rajan to predict their future, please pay 1,000 rupees first, and then Rajan will predict your future.
Fill the form in bio.
Metri prediction program. Power to you guys. I was in KMC in 2018. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. Are
Are
you
you
guys
guys
anything thinking of
thinking of
diversifying?
diversifying?
Yeah, maybe. It will happen. So at some point of time, it will.
Yeah, but the essence of all the
Hmm.
things that you would do will remain same. Like if you were doing something about networking and mentoring or educating people, it would be somewhere around those lines.
Right. So the basically the sector would kind of remain same, but I mean I am very enthused about VR and AR and how we can link that with networking, but that's for some other day. So, but yeah, I mean of course we will diversify, but it's going to be more on the lines of what we are the problems that we are trying to solve, be it education or mentorship or networking, these kind of things. राजन मेरा फ्यूचर प्रेडिक्ट कर दो अनहद
नीचे कर दिया किसी
Tariq, good job. You've been able to predict. Okay. All right. So I think that's pretty much it. I think we had a quite an entertaining session with Rajan today, and I hope that all of you really had fun. We are going to do more such sessions. Please, let us know if you like this. Comment down below, and in case you want to reach out to Rajan, you can always find him on Instagram or you can find him on Metvi. So go on Metvi, download Metvi right now. DM to Rajan, and he will respond to you within 6 hours, and that's my commitment. So do that. And in case you have any other questions from Rajan, download Metri and ask him there. All right. So
in
thank you
case you
so
don't
much.
have any questions, in case you don't have any questions, then download Medley. Because
That's the
anyway you
main.
can, yeah. So,
Well, any
so yeah,
closing
go
words,
ahead.
Rajan?
Uh, not closing word, but I would just only one thing which I would convey to all those people who want to start their own idea but are afraid of starting up, and they're waiting for the right time to start up. So one thing is that there is no right time to start up. Every time is the right time. Whenever you start, for me, I mean, if you start now, so it can be the right time. So don't think too much. If you have something, you are fond of something, you are passionate about something, start. You can manage it with your other stuff, and over a period of time, you can do full time that particular thing. But don't hesitate and don't scared of starting up because that is the biggest fear that after a point of time you will regret that why I had that fear. So again, have a healthy disregard for the impossible. My favorite quote.
So I think on that note, we would like to round up this session of life lessons by Rajan Luthra. And thank you so much, Rajan, for coming here and doing your first live with me. And hopefully, we are going to do a lot more lives in future. And thank you so much, guys, for joining in for this fun conversation. And just take care of your families. You know, be there, live in the moment, and follow your passion. Thank you so much for joining in. Bye.